welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon Perna, the only football talker willing to go balls deep into your football analysis. Today, I mean that metaphorically, but also literally as balls, nuts, testicles, gonads, scrotums, nards, dangly bits, cojones, for my Pueblo family, beanbags, dirty beanbags, wrinkly beanbags, grandpa's prunes, hairy brains, and sweaty betties will be a major topic of discussion. You will see more balls in this episode of That's Good Sports than if you've watched every game of the NBA playoffs. That's Good Sports. That's Good Sports is on Patreon. Honestly, the only reason I'm still making videos is because of everyone's support, your feedback week in and week out. It's amazing. I love interacting with all of you in the comments, and it's really what motivates me to keep making videos. I'm even more motivated when guys like James Bond pledge a monthly donation of 25 big dick dollars. Thank you, James. I am so happy. I won't even ask you which Bond you are. I teased you with balls. Ladies, don't forget that. Now, I giveth you balls. Kaboom. That's Broncos fullback Andy Janovich with a pair of what I'm guessing are deer testicles in his hands. John Heath posted this on Twitter yesterday, but I guess this pic has been around for a while. Possibly from one of Janovich's hunting trips with his friends who posted it on Insta or Twitter, I'm not sure. Either way, this is the Broncos fullback with the full sack in his hands. Yes, it is very rare to see a fullback with the ball in his hands, because they mostly block. Like I said, I think those are deer testes, but a part of me likes to believe they are a set of giant testicles Janovich removed from a talking rabbit in the woods. Never trust a talking rabbit who has bigger balls than you. That's a Bear Grylls survival tip. Now, I fully expect to see Janovich in Season 7 of Game of Thrones taking the place of Ramsay Bolton and his affinity for castration. Last week I tweeted that if James Harrison was a Game of Thrones character, he'd be James Harrison. Well, the same applies for Andy Janovich. If he were a Game of Thrones character, he would be James Harrison. I mean Andy Janovich, the man who makes the Unsullied unsullied. I have to shout out my friend Katie Levy, who made this comment on Twitter after I tweeted the testicle photo. She said, "Just what the offense has needed, a big ball carrier." That is the perfect tweet to accompany this photo. Surprisingly, the dangling scrotum isn't the most shocking thing in this picture. What's extraordinary is how good Janovich looks in camouflage overalls. Can you imagine how many backwoods hillbillies have JO'd to this in their outhouses while drunk on homemade moonshine? I would guess at least 800. Speaking of social media, I have to point out TJ Ward's Instagram post. Big thanks to Ryan Green for notifying me of this. TJ posted a throwback pic of him and his younger brother who is on the Atlanta Falcons, running back Taron Ward. And as a man very sure of himself, I can confirm this picture is adorable. But it got interesting in the comments when Shane Ray, Stingray56 on Insta said, "Big ass suit jacket, emoji, emoji, emoji." Which if you think about a big tough dude like Shane Ray tapping the little emoji button 3 times on his phone, that is way more comical of an image than TJ Ward in an oversized suit jacket. Then Aqib Talib chimed in, also with 3 emojis saying, "No, this was 2002, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation." Ward responded to Talib before the tailored game, haha. Then he responded to Shane Ray, "This is how your suits look now." Ray got burned. 1, because he's not in the no-fly zone, so he doesn't get that respect, and 2, apparently because he's still on that rookie contract, which doesn't afford him the possibility of having his suits tailored. The Denver Broncos and TJ Ward are apparently in contract talks right now about an extension. That would bring TJ Ward his 3rd NFL contract, which would allow him to buy oversized suits for Shane Ray for the rest of his life. I will say, there is nothing more unsettling than a grown man wearing a suit jacket that's too big for him. I mean, what kind of asshole does that? But it was his tough running throughout the game that gets me wet. Oh yeah, me. Shane, If you ever want to come onto my show, talk deer nuts, and wear big jackets, I will gladly accommodate you. Now, I hope the Broncos do sign TJ Ward at the right price. I love watching him pulverize players who dare run his way, and we all know when someone says they want to retire a Bronco, we get a serious boner for that player, and that's what Ward said. The interesting thing here is Ward, Talib, and Ray didn't poke fun at Andy Janovich because he might cut their fucking balls off. John Elway addressed the media as well in regard to his contract situation. He said a bunch of things, or quotes if you will, which I will paraphrase so I don't have to give credit to any one person, who were all tweeting the exact same thing about Elway's comments anyway. But basically he said, chill out Broncos country. I am the Denver Broncos. That's why I got Peyton Manning the hell out of here. It was like you were forgetting about me. We don't have any issues with the contract talks. It's going well. I have no doubt we will get a deal done. Denver is my home. I won't screw all of you fans by taking a job with a different team or tarnishing my name by making a political run. End sarcastic quote. President of the Broncos, Joe Ellis, stated, talks are on track, and the players on this team have been very helpful. Contract negotiations can be tricky because money is involved, but one player offered to help by donating a lifetime supply of deer testicles to get John to stay. Those were words straight out of Joe Ellis's mouth. I would not lie to you. The good news is that the Broncos QB competition is getting national attention. The national media spotlight is great when shined on Denver, and I believe it's an indicator of two things. One being this is an actual competition. Fans and other media members have all seemingly picked a side they want to win, but whoever plays the best should, and I believe will, get the job. The other thing is, with national attention, I think this means people out there still believe this team will be good with a strong defensive foundation. Why talk about a QB competition on the national level if you think the team will suck regardless of who ends up throwing passes on Sunday? I think there are a lot of question marks heading into 2017. The line, the health of the running backs, the QB, the new coaching staff, deer testicles. But I am confident as long as they can stay healthy, this defense will be top 5D again. And if that does indeed turn out to be true, I also believe Trevor or Paxton, whoever it is, will be better than they were last year. And that's how you end an episode on a positive, uplifting note. And this is how you end an episode on a sadistic note. Andy, you may be interested in watching my hit episode titled Horse Penis. Just an FYI. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Subscribe here on YouTube. Gotta give me the YouTube sub. Then a follow on Twitter @BrandonPerna, Instagram @BrandonPerna, and Patreon. That's how together we will overtake the corporate run bullshit sports media news industry. The